So this video isn't really going to be too much about hockey. Instead, it's going to be about semantics. It's going to be about the proper way to do media interviews and how words are very powerful. So, yesterday we did make this video talking about Cale Makar, Colorado Avalanche superstar, and the idea that he may be banned from the 2026 Olympic Games for Team Canada because he was a part of that 2018 team. If you want to see everything that we had discussed, it's all in the video. Essentially, Hockey Canada has suspended all of the players and people involved with the 2018 team for future events as long as the trial and everything is going on. Because this stuff takes a really long freaking time, it may be kind of overlapping with that 2026 Olympic Games, and it may result in one Cale Makar's absence from the team. Now, we did talk about it yesterday, but if there is anybody that Team Canada is probably going to find themselves a way to make an exception for, it's Cale Makar. The guy is a superstar. He's the best defender in the world. I don't think anybody can go out there and disagree. But when it comes to the investigations and everything we had talked about in this video, there were some extra comments made by Cale that was published earlier in the week that goes over his entire thought process about everything that's going on. This article on denverpost.com will be linked in the description. It's free to read, at least for now. Actually, let's move it on the screen here. Okay, Avalanche's Cale Makar on the alleged 2018 incident. I can't stress enough that I wasn't part of that. Makar has previously said he was not involved with the incident, and he cooperated with the Hockey Canada investigation into it. Now, this article by Corey Masisek goes out there and talks about all the stuff we had talked about, but when it comes to the Cale Makar comments in regards to the situation, this is the comment from Cale that has started to make the rounds on social media in a pretty bad way. It's tough. I've been told not to comment on that ongoing investigation. I've been straightforward from the start. I wasn't there. It was a very fortunate bounce to not obviously be a part of something like that. I'm just going to leave it to the people who are handling the work right now. I can't stress enough that I wasn't part of that. And this comment right here, I'm just going to leave it up on the screen for a little bit, is very odd. It's off-putting. Now, I want to get this out of the way at the beginning of us talking about this quote, that I don't think Cale Makar is a bad guy. Like, you can listen to his interviews, he's a very thoughtful, articulate, well-spoken dude that is very humble. Like, Makar is one of the most humble people out there, he's got a great personality to listen to on most interviews, but this is what they say when they say that hockey players need media training. This is why, sometimes, hockey players aren't really supposed to comment on stuff. Because saying this beginning part, okay, that's understandable. It's tough. I've been told not to comment on the ongoing investigation. So, what does he do afterwards? He comments on the ongoing investigation, saying that it was a fortunate bounce to not be a part of something like that. In a way, it kind of implies that, yeah, if things were just a little bit less fortunate, I could have been a part of something like that. To compare SA and everything that is being alleged to have happened to just a fortunate bounce, or by proxy, an unfortunate bounce. You know what's a fortunate bounce? When you're shorthanded on the penalty kill, and the power play team passes it back to the point, the puck bobbles over the D-man's stick, and you get a breakaway and you score a shorthanded goal. That's a fortunate bounce. You know what's a fortunate bounce? When a goaltender makes the save, the rebound is loose in the crease, but then the puck kind of trickles off to the side and the guy who tries to take a shot ends up missing the net. You know what's a fortunate bounce? When the face-off is dropped, the puck gets played back, the shot gets taken, it hits the guy in front, and it deflects to the wide-open guy on the side who puts it in the back of the net. Those are fortunate bounces. It's not a fortunate bounce to not be a part of something like this, dude. Like, sensitivity is a thing here, and I get it. You could say, oh, Lego, you're getting like a little bit amped up over a comment. I mean, I saw this circulating around on Twitter a lot over the past few hours, and I wanted to make my own response to it because as somebody who has gone through media training, I was at radio and journalism school for 2 years. It's why I'm in the career that I'm in right now, where I make YouTube videos for a living. There's a very fine line that can be drawn up when you make comments to the media. And so being able to talk about something as serious and as important as this 2018 issue, to go out there and reduce everything that happened to an unfortunate bounce is just so insensitive. Again, Makar's a cool dude. He's pretty good at hockey. He is the best defenseman in the world. I'll say that. Quinn Hughes, I'm sorry you have not taken over that reputation. Cale is still number one. But this comment was something else, dude. I'm just going to leave it to the people who are handling the work right now. I can't stress enough I wasn't a part of that. Just the way he described it is like, just something very trivial. Yeah, it's a fortunate bounce. I wasn't a part of it. Like, that is like, I can't even find the right words to describe it. I mean, he was told not to comment on the investigation. Please, just don't comment on it. Unfortunate bounce, eh? He then went out there and talked a little bit more about the situation with Hockey Canada, because it was reported in May that all members of the 2018 team were banned from representing Hockey Canada while the organization conducted an investigation. Makar was not allowed to join Team Canada's 2023 World Championship team after the Avalanche were eliminated from the playoffs. It was a little bit weird, Makar said. I wasn't eligible to play in that. Even having that in the back of my mind and it not being possible, it was tough. At the end of the day, actions have consequences. That's kind of what I was taught growing up, regardless of that situation that's going on now. I'm just going to defer back to what's been said. I don't know too much of any of the details. So Makar, of course, I mean, as most human beings would be, he's very quick to proclaim his innocence, which, you know, I'm not saying that in 2018 he did anything wrong. It's just, this is why media training and sensitivity in front of the microphones is very important. Because you got things like this that will go out there and reduce whatever it is that's happening to something very, very small, when in reality, I mean, this 2018 incident is not small at all. There's a reason why Hockey Canada has suspended all these players, and there's a reason why are on their behinds for covering this up and not really bringing the truth to light, not doing what they need to do to make sure that proper punishment is given out once everything is revealed and trialed in court. So the fact is, Cale Makar, of course, like, he's still a good hockey player, he's still this, he's still that, but this response to the entire thing, that's not good, dude. Not good. This is the nuance of being a human being, right? Not everybody is either only good or only bad. There can be balances, there can be things in between, and gray areas. This, of course, is one of those situations where you have a superstar player who makes a very odd comment into the media that doesn't change his entire, you know, reputation, I guess, that doesn't define his entire profile as a human being, but it does give us a lot of things to think about. It was a very fortunate bounce to not be a part of something like that, as if there was a possibility that he would have been. Like, that is odd. Very, very odd. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Cale Makar's response to the entire 2018 incident and him being banned from the Olympics potentially. They didn't get into it in this conversation, but it is very much alluded to in this comment over here because he wasn't allowed to participate in 2023's World Championship team. Who knows if that's going to be the case in 2026, but for now, thoughts in the comment section below about Cale Makar, and bye.